what do you think the line is with Georgia and Tennessee Martin? A lot?
It's a lot.
It's 47.5, and that's not widespread for the record. So comments, reaction. You know, I usually do this on Sundays. It's Friday night late.
Do you think the dogs cover the spread? I do.
I think they probably do. Go ahead.
I think that it's hard to predict what's going to happen in this game. They could go out there, even though they have a running back room that's not 100% healthy, they can go out there and pound the ball on UT Martin because they know they can. I think they'd be a mistake not to let Carson air it out a little bit. I think you got to let him get comfortable being out there the whole game. Now, he might already be comfortable, right? It's not like Carson's 18 years old being a deer in the headlights out there. He's a 20-year-old kid who's got 3+ years in this program and being close to start at different points in time. So he's prepared for this moment, but I think it'd be a mistake to not let him feel it out and get it going.
Yeah, so look, we've seen a lot of football already this season, or at least I have, about maybe 8 games, and you know, Georgia has so much skill, it would be hard not to score 40 points. The question is, in this game, could it become a running clock in the fourth? You know, there's a lot of stuff that you just don't know. That's why that 47.5, I mean, that's close to the most ever in Georgia history, by the way. But you know, you want to talk about Carson? We can talk about Carson for a second. I mean, I think that Carson won't be playing in the third quarter, so I don't know.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so
do we see Gunner?
I would like to see Gunner. Do we know who the backup is for sure?
We don't know for sure. I think it's Brock right now.
Right.
I think the case is it's Brock right now, but Gunner certainly has an opportunity.
So see, this is kind of more interesting conversation, but that's what Dog Post is for, where we kind of gibber on and talk about that on the message board. But I don't know if that's so funny to you. But
we got that. I didn't mean to make it about the quarterbacks. But
no, but you know, that is the most interesting thing we're talking about.
It is. It's the most interesting
thing.
We were talking
about Desmond Ritter tonight with your poor Falcons.
Desmond Ritter right now.
And but I do think for Georgia, you know, there's a lot I want to see tomorrow. Not even, I mean, by this time, 24 hours from now, this game will be over. But we did want to get on here and talk about the spread because it's just so strange. It's so late and not very many places. And I think it's probably adequate. It might be a touch low. I don't know. I mean, Tennessee Martin, the head coach, has been there for almost 2 decades. They know what they're doing. But, I mean, you can know what you're doing and you're about to get a thunderstorm on top of you. You better have an umbrella, you know. And I don't know if they're going to be able to handle it. I don't think they are.
No, I mean,
you're not going to score
right now.
Are they going to score? They should score.
Is that a bold? Is that even a bold take to predict a shutout? I don't know.
It is definitely a bold take because there's 120-something football plays in a football game.
Yeah, but
on offense and defense alone, nevertheless, special teams, any dumb thing can happen. You know, pick sixes. Stetson Bennett threw a pick six against Austin P in 19. I think it was Austin P. So there's no shortage of things that can happen in a game.
Rewind a year ago. Sanford 33-0. Kent State
running clock.
Yeah, 37-19. Kent State. So
yeah, it'll be a double digit. It could be
something like that.
It'll be a double digit.
I think if you're Georgia, you're Kirby, you can send another message to the world tomorrow and put up a 60 ball.
See, we just left a high school football game, and you definitely bopped that one on me. I don't know that there's any message tomorrow. No one will take it seriously.
Well, I mean, that might be true.
Am I wrong?
I mean, what about early? Well, we were just talking about it earlier this week. How you look while doing it matters too. And I think that if you're Georgia, you want to go out there. People are complaining, about now what people are complaining about doesn't matter.
Right.
But people are complaining about the schedule. You could shut everybody up by making it just look like an absolute massacre.
No one will pay. First of all, if you have Spectrum, you're not able to watch this game, which is a whole nother discussion for another time, and I will rant about that when I get a chance. But before that, our friends at EkoPoly have really been helpful. We are going to be watching the games tomorrow when we get home in our EkoPoly made in Georgia 20-year warranty furniture. It's great for outdoors. It's great. I mean, it's just, listen, it's nice, okay? And it's going to be around for a while. completely recycled, made in Georgia, in Dodge County, Eastman, Georgia. Forget all that. This is really nice furniture. The bar stools, the bar, the I don't know what it's called, the love seat, the specialty Adirondack chairs. It's nice. Check it out. There's a 15% off code I'm going to put down below. You're welcome. And thanks to them for helping us out, because it helps us do this travel, man. Let's just be honest about it. But I don't.
We can't do it without.
It's very hard to do it without friends, and they've been very friendly. Red Zone as well. It's just hard to do it. This travel, it costs money. But I don't think Georgia will be judged by anyone that has an opinion until they play South Carolina. I don't know if South Carolina will beat Carolina tomorrow or what to make of that at all. I picked Florida. I picked Utah in our pick'ems on the site on dogpost.com, but I misjudged that game. They are way out, not in the same universe as anybody right now. And I just wonder if South Carolina, if I'm like, man, South Carolina's tough and everything. They were 8-5 last year, So are they really and then you got the Alabama quarterback situation. That surely cannot be Alabama's quarterback. It's 35 through here, and I'm getting ridden on hard right now. And I'm going 45. So I'm not going faster and getting a ticket. You can pass me. We're just full on. It is hardcore in Athens right now. And you don't have a headlight, man. You're just asking to get pulled over.
Yeah.
I want to see what Smile Munden looks like if he gets out there. I want to see. No, he didn't. What happened? Now that the headlight just came on.
That's another question.
There?
Is there's
they're a little bit banged up.
There's some guys that might not play. That might not play today, I guess.
Yeah.
Is Kendall Milton playing?
That's why you were talking about the running backs earlier. Do we know for sure that Kendall and Edwards are not going?
We don't.
Yeah, so we don't know.
I think Edwards is going to go. Milton's the one I'm not sure about. I think Edwards is going to go.
So I don't really look. We're going to do riding home tomorrow after the game for sure, as usual. But and we're rushing home to watch Tech is playing well, for sure. But we don't know what we do. Right now, we're living in a world of known unknowns. We don't know what Georgia will look like tomorrow. My suspicion is that they will look pretty good because they are pretty good. But I want to see Alabama at night. I want to see South Carolina. I did not think Missouri looked good.
Man, I want to see them all.
I do too.
We're getting into this thing.
No, I know. What do you think the 3 TVs are upstairs are on the wall for? This is the whole point of that. The antennas
We're getting back late tomorrow. So.
Yeah, Kirby really needs to be like
chop tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not trying to hang out and
There's not a lot to talk about.
No,
tomorrow.
There's not a lot. We're in and out. 15-minute press conference, not 20. I'm trying to go home, but I want to see how does the defense look. How does Carson look? In order, it would be how is Carson, and then everybody will forget this game. But how is the defense? Because how the defense looks, Ryan, does matter. Same thing with Carson.
It does. I'm curious as to what Oscar Delp's role is on this team. I'm interested to see in the secondary how they rotate guys, because I don't know that all those spots are set in stone.
They don't seem to be.
I don't think all those spots are. I don't know that star position is set in stone. It feels like it's Tyke Smith, but I think David Daniel's going to get on the field. I think he's going to be on the field.
I was surviving a replay of the Ohio State game.
Surviving.
Holy God. That game is just like do not have a heart condition and rewatch that game.
Which I rewatched it the other day.
David Daniel was out there on the key plays.
Yeah,
he was the guy that made the tackle against Stroud.
Yeah. And he's the guy nobody is talking about in the secondary.
Sure aren't.
Just he dealt with turf toe during fall camp, but he's gonna get playing time, whether he's a starter or not, and he might be considered a starter by Kirby and staff if he's on the field a lot.
I saw someone today inside the program, and it's Friday. I saw someone today inside the program, and they were were about as stressed out as I've ever seen them. Like, all I was thinking was, man, it's like the day before the Tennessee Martin game. Like, this isn't like, but like, it's always go time up there, man. I mean, like, it's always. And tomorrow matters.
And that's why Georgia's Georgia. It's always go time.
Tomorrow matters. And if you don't think it matters, I don't know what to say. This is 8% of the season tomorrow. Now, it's like 2% of what matters in the season, but it's 8% of the season, for lack of a better term. And and I will preach just real quick about Athens and Sanford and all these things. There's only so many home games a year. Y'all are going to get 75-degree weather tomorrow. Y'all are going to get the smell of the hedges, the whole ritual of all of it. Don't ruin it by complaining about stuff and worrying about X, Y, or Z. Get to your seats, do your thing. There's a lot that's going to be celebrated. It's been a rough off season for Georgia. The death of 2 people inside the program, the death of Sonny Seiler, the tickets for the excessive speeding was out of control. There's a lot that is in the rearview mirror now that tomorrow starts, moving forward in a different way.
You gotta, look forward. It's time to look. It's probably been a little bit of time to look forward, and they've been looking forward. But tomorrow really starts it. And Monday, starting this week is really when all these players and you start to really flip that switch, and the routine changes a little bit, and now it starts to get more serious. But it's a fresh start. I'm excited. Obviously, you're watching this, on the day of the game, but I am so excited to just get it started. I needed to get started.
My camera freaked out tonight, which I've not told you about yet, so that was not good. And
I'm surprised you haven't told me.
Well, I forgot about it for a little bit because I changed the setting and moved the card. But so there's something always goes wrong on game days. Is that not right?
Whether minor, major, whether we figured out or not.
So things happen, but I think you don't recapture these moments.
Yeah,
and that's the part that's so important. And I think, I know someone's taking their daughter to the game, it's probably her first game, stuff like that. There goes the light. See what I'm talking about? Bad things happen, but everybody should, Carson Beck is going to be fine. Carson Beck has, I would say, I don't know if it's an outside chance. Carson Beck has the ability to really be a very good quarterback at Georgia, move into a top 50 draft pick situation, if not slightly higher. Carson Beck, it's all there. He's certainly got it all. Can he, make it happen? I don't know. What do you make of the haircut? And then we'll get off of it. I mean,
I get it, man.
You're a person with hair.
Yeah,
a lot of hair.
I might be getting a haircut too. Nothing significant like that, but I get it, man. It's for the culture. Stetson did it last year. You want the buzz cut now. It's also just hot, man. And that's what he said. Like, I get it. Yeah. It's hot out here, and I'm rocking, longer than I've had in a while, so I get it too. But
he's got a lot of lettuce too, man. I mean,
he's got a ton of lettuce.
Well, he did. It's gone now. Man, I love when this garage.
I like it though. I do think that I think the buzz cut does mean business. I do get it. So it's for the culture. I'm sure it hyped up all the guys when he walked into that facility and had it. What are they calling him? Carson Beck? Beckquavius or something?
Beckquavius would be so much better.
Carson Beckquavius?
Why can't you name your child that? That's what I want.
I can. I have
that's
the
what
power to
That's
do
what
that.
we need. We need,
Maybe
Carson
I'm gonna name
Beckquavius.
my pets some funny stuff one day, but the kids, man, I don't know. But yeah, that was the Carson one made me laugh.
I did not see that, and I see a lot. I missed that.
Yeah, Carson Beckquavius, man. That's quite the name.
So they cover or not? I'm going to say they cover.
I think they cover. I think they cover. Because I just think they're going to score a lot of points. These guys are itching to play. It feels like they're itching to play more than the last 2 years this offseason.
Is that right?
And I think it's because of the distractions.
Well, we can call them distractions, but they
Here's the other part. History is on the line.
That's true.
It is. You don't think that's weighing on their minds a little bit? It is. History's on the line. These guys want it.
I did not anticipate this long of a video, but I have to say this right now. This discussion or this notion of, I just don't know if they can win it because it's the third one. Hey, man, listen. Don't
Carshawn.
with Carshawn in charge. Look, the only way to win 3 is to win the first 2, and they've done that part. That the hard part, so to speak, of that is over. Is it possible that we saw them play the most difficult game they'll play in this 45 games against Ohio State?
100%
it's possible.
It's probable. I would almost say it's probable that was the toughest situation that they would have been handed.
Even if they lose this year, you think that would be?
Well, that changes things a little bit.
Right.
That changes a little bit. If they lose a game, then that was obviously a situation that they weren't up to task for. So
yeah, I think this is a look. I'm very eager to see them play. The last two seasons was Oregon and Clemson, both top 11s, and things have changed significantly for Clemson since they played Georgia. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not sure that's the case.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing that's changed for Oregon is conferences, so they'll be in the Big Ten. But those were sort of, I wouldn't say colossal showdowns. Those were important games to start the season. This is not one. This is a game to start the season. Important. So. And
every game's important,
and it is important. It's true, but this is the first one that's in Athens too. By the way,
it is. We've went to other places
Charlotte.
The last couple, Charlotte and then Atlanta. So kicking off the season in Sanford Stadium. Look, I understand that there's been complaints. I like that it's starting at just UT Martin, Ball State, all this.
Well, I mean, I don't understand.
Oh, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it
one last time.
So listen,
one last schedule call.
Why? I mean. What do you want? Do you want? I mean, they could have opened with Clemson this year. In theory, they're going to open with Clemson next year. But damn, I mean, listen, man, they cannot play everybody all the time. And then what happens is everybody says, "Well, I hate what college football has become." I was like, well, wait a second, man. Do you want to play Temple all the time? I'm old enough to remember when Georgia would play Temple. They had 6 SEC games. That's it. They play 8 now. That's 2 more. I went to the DeKalb County schools and, public schools. And they would play William & Mary. They would play Temple. They would play South Carolina and Clemson and Georgia Tech. But, they played trash. What are we doing?
People just want something to complain about, man. People just want something to complain about. We'll see you at the game.